I am Zhane, your host, and I'm so excited. We have a special guest in the building. He is the man, the myth, the legend, Cluren Willams. Welcome.
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for having me.
I'm really excited that you are here. I know we've been going back and forth for a long time. So tell everybody about your jobs. He told me he has a lot of jobs, guys. So I just want him to run it down real quick and make sure that we don't miss anything.
I'm a revolutionary activist. I'm an author and a writer. A public speaker and an organizer based out of Austin, Texas, East Austin, Texas. I also have a music label and a clothing line.
I'm so happy that I'm able to interview him for April Appreciation because I'm happy to have men out here doing their thing. So I want to bring a man to you guys to show you young men that you have possibilities. So I'm blown away. He got so many jobs. Like, why so many jobs? Seriously? A little dog barking in the back. Excuse me. But so many jobs. So can we go into your books? You wrote 2 books. Can we tell them? There is Music, Money, and Murder. That's one. That's for the adults. Okay. And then we have Oscar the Ostrich Wants to Fly for the children.
Yeah.
Which I think is so dope. And I need mine before you leave.
Okay.
Just so you know. So tell them what was the mindset behind deciding to be an author?
Actually, I started the mindset I want to be an author while I was in prison. I did 5 years in prison, and during that time in prison, I was in solitary confinement for over 2 years. These are some of the things I'm also fighting against. Nobody should be treated that way. But nonetheless, in the middle of that, I was digging deep. There was some things going on inside me, and I just could remember a lot of things that I used to love as a child. Basically, I was just reminded by a lot of the things that I love that I kind of abandoned during my earlier years through adulthood because I was selling drugs. And so I was reading a book a week for about 5 years straight. I read a book a week. Wow. One particular author I've kind of grown to like. I read a book of theirs. I won't speak on the author's name, but I didn't like the ending. So I got upset and I was in my cell and I was like, I can't stand this. I was just talking mess, really.
Right.
I can't stand this. This is stupid. I can do better than this and woo woo. Wow. And so I was like, well, just do it. That was kind of like what I heard in my head. Like, since you talking mess, do it. Right. I'm like, I bet I'm gonna do it because I know how to write. And I'm like, God. So that's how that kind of got started. That's how I started writing my first book, Music, Money, and Murder, which is a trilogy. I might add, there'll be 2 books added to that.
That's exciting.
It's based on a true story about my life. When I first started my music label with my brother in Austin. So the names, the faces, people have been changed for privacy rights, but it's real and it's I've sold 400 books myself.
Wow, congratulations.
Up to date. And I actually just signed a deal for 1,000 books in each chapter of the Urban League. So that'd probably be about 36,000 books.
That's awesome.
My first month of releasing my children's book. So Oscar the Ostrich Wants to Fly is a book for children, I believe 2 to 11 years old, 12 possibly. Mm-hmm. It's an urban book, but it's of course ducks and birds and stuff
That's
there. So
nice.
it's an urban book based on a bird that is an ostrich, and ostrich is of course part of the bird family, but it's one of the birds that cannot fly. And so Oscar proves that he's not going to give up, and he's determined, and he winds up thinking outside the box. And even though he doesn't wind up flying like an actual bird fly, he winds up flying, and his dream comes true. And so basically, the quote from the book is for all the Oscars in the world who never gave up, think outside the box, and you know complete your goal like Oscar. And so
Oh my goodness.
that's the second book. And so I got plenty of books I'm gonna be writing and dropping. I'm kind of like I'm doing this book thing like albums. I want to be like the zero,
Yes.
the zero of books. Like I want to have so many different dimensions of books. It's crazy. So, but that's how that started. That's where we at with it.
That's awesome. That's really, really awesome. That's what Life Trap is about, guys. So go buy his book. His link is in the description below, okay? Definitely buy his book, buy both of them, because you probably got children too. So buy both of them. That's supporting all people in general. Um, wow, that's a nice story. I didn't think that you would get mad about the ending of a book and just decide to write your own. Mm-hmm. I never thought about that. That's good. It's like, oh, I don't like the ending of that movie. Let me go make my own. That's wow. Okay, I like that. So tell us about you say you have a record label?
Yes.
How long have you had a record label?
We started doing music before 2016, but the label had kind of like been birthed prior and conformed, but it wasn't legalized and done until 2016.
Okay.
And so our first year dropping the label, my brother Lawerence Parrish, aka Pickle, number one leading artist in Austin at the time. We had World Star videos, deals on the table, and then we were sadly blocked by a tragic incident that happened to our family with my brother. He was shot 12 times by the Austin Police Department, but he survived, and it kind of derailed a lot of our future business ventures with our label and
hip hop. He survived?
Yes, he survived.
Oh my gosh! Thank you, Jesus. Like that's whoa.
Yeah, so that's how we got started. We were birthed through the Sam Houston Boys, based out of East Austin, legendary group. And so music was in our family, from church to gospel to blues. My auntie was a great and big star in blues and rock in the early 70s. And they had a group called Charisma right here based out of Austin, Texas also. And so the entire family was musicians. My hood was musicians.
Right.
So I didn't want to be a musician, but my brother did. And so it was kind of like, well, I love you, and I'm not going to let you do it by yourself. So
what part did you play in?
CEO, management, public relations, development, developing artists, getting them ready for this new life, to finance, and kind of like the overall picture of promoting and marketing and putting a scheme together. So that's what I did. I'm the founder and also the CEO of my company.
Want to tell them what your company is?
Where is that?
No, what it is.
What's the name? KKMG, of course. Killer Click Music Group. You can check out LP, aka Pickle, kitchen video on World Star right now. YouTube. Just type it in kitchen and it pop right up, and you see us balling out of the city. And so we have different artists on the label. Well, we did at the time. Right now, a lot of stuff been placed on hold because everything right now is focusing on the Justice for Lawerence Parrish campaign. And so right now, that's kind of like my biggest thing right now.
Well, I'm still blown away that you have so many different jobs and things that you're doing out here. Before I go any further with the questioning, what piece of advice would you give to a young man that's like struggling right now?
Um, well, of course, the number one advice I can give to any man or woman that is struggling is to remember that it's not gonna always be that way. Remember that trouble don't last always. The sunshine in the morning.
Yes.
And to stay steadfast and to keep some type of impression of God. Hold it with your faith. If you don't believe in God, I do. So I can't just say, "Hey, man, go." You know, go another route. I have to kind of like tell you the route I go. And the route I go is I keep my faith in God. So if I can leave anybody any advice, it will be to put your faith in God and wind up under your feet.
I love that. That is what he said. Exactly what he said. That's a beautiful message. I always ask my guests what piece of advice would they give because it's always different, but it's always something that you guys need. So make sure that you listen and you take these keys and you use them in good ways. I want to tell everybody that he is how old are you?
I'm 35.
35-year-old man, and he is out here getting it and doing his thing. So don't make excuses. We don't want to hear any of your excuses as to why you didn't, why you couldn't, why you would have. We don't care. You can do it. Just go ahead and get it done. Stop waiting and stop hesitating and doing all the extra. Just go ahead and get it done. So as far as you being an activist, are you doing anything right now for your brother or in the community?
Well, I'm a revolutionary.
Revolutionary activist.
I'm not an activist, and I've changed the entire course for Black quality of life in Austin. Period. My family done it before me. I'm not the only person that's been robbed of their identity. I'm not the only person that's been robbed of their actual home. What I've done is change laws in Austin. You'll be feeling these same laws. You can go smoke weed in front of the Capitol, in front of the police station right now, and they can't arrest you because of the work that I've done. I've shut down 2 prisons. I put ICE on trial. I freed Spanish people from out of Hutto detention center, Spanish women, and drove them back to Brownville with their families. That's outside of the campaign that I put on for my brother and the Free Pickle campaign and the Justice for Lawerence Parrish campaign. But I've fought for women's right to bring a bill for Sandra Bland. I've walked and marched for Sandra Bland's mother. I've done countless of work, but it's not about the work. It's not about me. It's about the people. And that's why I say I'm a revolutionary, because before I'd done these things that had never been done. I shut down the police union contract, okay? And what that means that we got about 1.5 million people in Austin, where Austin wasn't paying the APD for 2 years because of me. They were getting paid straight from federal and union. So that was the first time that ever happened in a city this big in history based off of community vocalism. So not only have I done things that people don't even know or may not be aware, but these things that I've done has led me to stand up and monetize our own stories.
Right.
My brother's story has been monetized. People have gained and made a gain off of the pain that me and my brother and our family has felt, and that's not just gonna happen no more. For 2 years, I was focused on getting my brother home because after they shot him 12 times, they lied on him, framed him, and locked him up. And so every day I see him, I know it's a blessing. But that's a different. Our forefathers before us never changed laws.
Right.
See, I don't even have a GED, and I'm sitting with the legislators changing the law.
Right.
So you gotta understand the things I've done. It's not about being activism. You know, you can be get activated and go down there and help somebody in need.
Right.
One person, not a million, just one person. And there are people doing that every day. And yeah, they are activated, and yeah, they are activists, and yeah, they getting involved. But there's another level too. I'm the pioneer and creator of this new activation. See, this activation didn't exist in Austin. You didn't see brothers with gold teeth and diamonds running down the street telling the laws, y'all gonna respect us like me. You ain't see men with gold teeth and diamonds with big bags of money, but that money was going to their people. See, this stuff didn't exist before me.
Right.
Because before that, I made sure that we was in the game and doing other things. But now that I got activated because of what they did and all the loss and the trauma and the physical trauma my brother had, the mental trauma is never gonna leave. The physical trauma he's healing from. You seen him yourself.
Right.
He's beautiful.
Right.
Look good. Don't look like he got touched.
Not at all.
You know, but he did. They shot my brother with 4 different guns. A shotgun, a rifle, and 2 Glocks, close range. The first officer that shot my brother walked up to him and shot him right in his face. My brother was in the house alone, by himself.
Oh, hell no.
You know, so they stepped over my brother's body. They left him laying in the middle of the floor for 25 minutes, hoping that he bleed out. And then they lied and said he came outside and shot his gun, and that's why they did it. He didn't even have a gun. We had to fight for 2 years, diligently and aggressively in all type of ways. I had to use hip hop, my work and the blogs and the podcast. I done 200 different podcast radio stations. You know what I'm saying? I done countless interviews. I got Sean King's attention to help me with my brother's situation through the blogs. Sean King himself personally didn't come down here and fight with me, but his support through the blogs and him having the status that he has, then it was also a help. Right. So I gotta appreciate a lot of the reporters, the journalists, the podcasts, the radio stations, everybody that done helped me push to get my brother freed. I got my brother freed out of jail. All the charges dropped. Now we working on the real part of the justice that they can't pay us for, but they gonna have to make it look good. Right. And so that's where we at with that. So when you say, oh, what have you done? This is another plague in our community. We are so separated, we don't even know what's going on, and it's going on to your neighbors in Austin. So because we so separated. You couldn't have a thing like this go on in the old East Austin. I don't care what nobody tell you. Right. Nobody would have got shot. Nobody would have got jacked. Nobody would have been going hungry. Nobody would not have lights, and nobody would know. You see, you got to go to Facebook to get your news. You got to go to social media to get your... Oh, I didn't know you was going through that until I seen you on Facebook. You see what I'm saying? And so this community has been dismantled, displaced, kicked, pushed out, stepped on, smothered, suffocated in every way by this system created by white people. It's not the white person or white man, quote unquote, because you got to understand, this can't be no life that you live in. It ain't nothing but black and white. Right. If you stuck on black and white, you ain't never getting nowhere. Right. You ain't never gonna get nothing. No. If you keep blaming white folks for everything you do, you ain't never gonna get nowhere. You ain't never gonna get nothing. If white folks keep blaming black folks, for stuff that go on, guess what? We ain't gonna get nowhere. The only choice we would have left is to separate. Because we lived in the era of separation. For so long. From 1865 all the way up to the 1960s, we had already built a whole type of life for black people because we were separated. Why? Right. This was the years that America had to rebuild. This was the years we were free. This was the years we was given our land and told, just get out our face. It wasn't until we started asking them, let's go to the same school together. Let's drink at the same water fountain. I want to go to your park. We had our own clubs. We had our own hospitals. We had our own, we built Black Wall Street in those times. Martin, Malcolm, Muhammad, Sam Cooke, all these people was born in this era when black people were segregated. They were separate. So just imagine if these people had a better quality of life in this era than we do have Now, with the technology added on to it, there's a big problem.
Right.
That's a big problem. And it basically saying that nothing has changed. And the change has to come from us, because the day that we asked to be together was the day that we even more lost ourselves. Everything been about being one. But guess what? When I'm out here protesting and I'm out here, the Asian community is not marching behind me. I'm sorry. But when something happens, black people the first one to jump up and say, I got you, my Asian brother. I know how you feel. They've been dogging us out for 500 years.
Right.
I need everybody to understand that the black problem is an everybody problem.
Right.
Right? That you ain't got to keep going off Black Lives Matter. I don't care.
No.
Because it does. Because when you say everybody lives matter, well then let everybody make it their problem. Let everybody make it their business and be involved. Because, like I say, activists get activated and they supposed to do something. That's what an activist is.
Okay.
He does something. He moves, just like love. It's an action word. You got to show me. You just can't tell people you love them. You might can say that now and get away with it, but when I grew up, it was show me Texas.
Yes.
So if you wasn't showing me the Bentley, you wasn't showing me I don't care about all that old. See, I'm talking about I got to see with my own two eyes, because I grew up in an era where you believe none of what you hear and only half of what you see. Only half. And we lost sight of that. So activists are here to get activated. Leadership you don't just become a leader and somebody that we follow because you feed the homeless.
Right.
That's just not how it go.
No.
Right? We don't need you going up there to speak for us on our behalf just because you out there cutting him for free.
Right.
No, man. Guess what? We all got to do something. We all got to play a part in this change. But what we as a community, as a people, will not and cannot do is clean up their mess. They have to clean it up. Oh, your husband white and your wife is black. Well, guess what? Your husband still is his job. It don't matter if, I ain't never did nothing racist. I got black people in my family. My friends is black. I'm not a racist person. It's not about being racist. It's not about saying, my great-grandparents, why am I being at fault for that? I'm not blaming you. This is not a blame game. This is a responsibility of humanitarian for us to show that we are human and show us that we care about what's going on in our environment.
Right.
That should matter. Just like you care about the birds, the trees, how the dogs get treated. Y'all want to fight over cooking cows. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the cow, that's torture. Stop cooking meat, right? But
I'm not worried about that.
But when we say something about black life and stuff, everybody, whoever gets offended when they hear it, right? Or feels like they have to explain themselves, right? You the problem. It's because in them quiet, closed doors where we really need the support, they're not speaking on our behalf. And so this is why I said it's a totally difference from what I'm doing, where I'm at right now as a revolutionary, than an activism. Because I'm not just activated, but I'm also getting people activated. I'm an educator.
Right.
So I use the title as author, but I got a children's book. I teach a kid. I educate them. So I'm a teacher. I'm an educator.
Right.
And so the walk got to match the talk. We believe in our youth as our future. So everything I do has to match that. So it was only, it only makes sense to do it that way, to come with a true story about what's going on and what older people can understand and see where Austin has come from in this era to now, because that was another reason why I wrote a book, because I didn't see a lot of stories from Austin.
See. Any stories?
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of stories from Austin, and me being from the east side of Austin, I feel like there was always so many amazing people and stories that I grew up around, and I just wanted to be able to put that a part of the world too. Like I said, I read a book a week for about 5 years, and I didn't run into a lot of Austin authors, period. I'm not saying it wasn't any, I'm just saying I didn't run into a lot of them, and they wasn't top sellers if they were, and then they wasn't black. So I was looking to change that and fill in that gap too, though.
That's beautiful. As a person, you should be thinking like that in general. A lot of people are not thinking about just being human and having that similarity. They worry about all the differences that we have and separating themselves from it. So I think that that's a really good message, and that you guys should follow his lead and do the same thing. And I don't know, what is the difference? Okay, so what is the difference in revolutionary activist and just an activist? Like, in simple terms.
It's the difference. Well, it's the difference between Fred Hampton and the guy at the 7-Eleven, ain't it?
Okay.
That's the difference.
That
The
makes
guy at the 7-Eleven can come in and get activated, but you're never gonna meet another Black Messiah. Not every day.
That makes sense.
You might be sitting next to him,
Right.
and you wouldn't know. That's why I say it's a difference between revolutionary activists, because it's not gonna be televised. You won't know who I am until I die.
Right.
But we trying to change that. Where I'm coming from, we trying to give people their flowers before they pass.
Facts.
You know, we not trying to wait that long to show our love and our support to our people. That's just something that we not trying to do.
Right.
As a whole, as a community, I would like to see more of that. So me giving me myself the title was only right because it was given to me from somebody who set up the path before me, which was Fred Hampton.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, which was Malcolm, which was Martin. So these people, it's not a lot of us. So I can't put myself with the rest of everybody because the things I've done never been done before.
Right. I think the things that you've done, nobody would have done. So that's why they haven't been done before.
No, I think that some people would, depending on who it happened to. But the point is, you know, it's a lot of people that was in me and my brother's shoes. It's a lot of people that been getting shot in Austin by the police before my brother was shot and after. We came into the year with like 3 cops killing, you know, 3 police shootings. We still protesting right now on Rosewood Park behind a young man who was just killed by the laws, claiming he was MHMR right off here off Manor Road and Rocky in Swing Circle. So it's not like what happened to me and my brother don't happen every day down here. It happened almost every month. Somebody get killed by APD in Austin. Guaranteed. We just seen what happened to Mike Ramos. Mike Ramos and mother and them, they just got the cop charged with murder.
So what is your goal for APD? What are you trying to get?
APD is already happening. The chief police done stepped down. I already took $1,800 a month from them for 2 years. So we already done took $100-some million, $200 million, $150 million from APD before the chief of Brantley stepped down. So what I want to see happening with APD is happening, but I want to see what I need to see for me and my brother. Like I say, I fought and marched behind Mike Ramos. 60,000 people behind me, marching and fighting behind Mike Ramos, Floyd, and Lawerence Parrish. Out of everybody, Lawerence Parrish the only one alive. This story is so unique and so real and overlooked in Austin, it's embarrassing. My brother shouldn't have to die to receive the support and love of the dead. The dead can't hear you chanting. The dead can't see you protesting. The dead can't hear your tears, you crying. The dead can't hear you getting on podcasts, radio shows, movies and TV shows, trying to fight for something. The dead can't see you. The dead can't hear you, can't feel you, can't love you. But Lawerence Parrish can. He not dead. So why we have to be hushed? Why we have to be monetized? Why we have to be smothered so much? Why do everybody that go through something, why do people run to their stories as if it's just a story instead of a human being? Because for George Floyd went on CNN, me in Dallas, at 10:30 at night. Got 300 people to come with me and march with me downtown all in the line in our car, blocking out the APD headquarters, jumping out, going hard in the middle of the night. The only unplanned protest done during the whole thing. Austin wouldn't even protest it if I wouldn't have moved. That was already a week behind.
Right. It should have been.
So therefore, why would I keep on putting myself with everybody else that been doing this after me? And me and my brother and my family still ain't got no justice. They had to wait till somebody way in a whole nother state get killed for them to jump up and do something when this boy got shot 12 times in his house and we done beat it, came out on national TV and won, and they showed and proved he never shot no gun, had no gun, and they didn't try to kill him and ruined our entire life, our whole history. They called us dip heads, dope fiends. They threatened my mama, my everybody, man. They was on Facebook threatening us, calling my brother a cop killer. Lied, flat out lies, say he shot at the laws. So how is we skipping over these stories and running to stories that's 200 miles away, 300 miles away, when you can walk out your house, you know what I'm saying, and see that these people ain't going through it, or they going through it. Y'all went to school with this man. The whole music scene in Austin wouldn't even been where it was at if it wasn't for Pickle. If it wasn't for Lawerence Parrish, a lot of artists wouldn't even been able to be in this position. A lot of producers, a lot of DJs, they wouldn't be in these positions. So when I seen it happen with my own eyes, man, I had to separate myself from activism, because activists don't get paid. We got organizations out here getting paid. We got people out here getting paid to talk for us. But when it's time to talk for us and the cameras is gone off, they talking about F them niggas, just break bread with me.
Right, they ain't even there.
They going up to these white folks and seeing this system and how they made this system and learning from these white folks, and then they coming and putting it on us.
Right.
Because we naive, we ignorant to how the system ran. We ignorant to how important politics is. We ignorant not knowing that religion is a part of politics. We ignorant to all these things that we do every day in the household, politicking bull crap, and then when it's time to do it with them, see, this is the only reason we was able to get this far where we at right now, through politics. It sure wasn't through shooting stuff up. It wasn't through blowing it up, burning it down. It wasn't through just protesting and marching. No. It was through politics.
Right.
The Black Panthers was built off of politics.
It had to be, because if it wasn't, then I don't think it would have got through where
it never would.
Yeah, it would.
All these people was politicking. Malcolm, Martin, everybody was politicking.
They were just playing the game that they created.
But this is they didn't create politics. They said they did, like they said they did everything.
Right.
But they ain't create no. They say Machiavelli created politics, was the first form of politics in the European history.
Really?
That's who created politics. So, but you gotta understand, if we had created the first church, how we didn't create politics?
I never thought about that.
How we didn't create politics? We created everything. We already had things running off of natural energy. So how we didn't create politics?
Yeah, that would be a hard one.
So we already know politics is in our blood, and the only reason that Black people have been able to get this far against these type of people and this type of system that has been created to crush us and kill us, to kill, steal, and destroy, right, is through politics. We had to politic and get laws changed. We had to politic and get rights. We had to politic and get into schools. We had to politic, and to this day right now, that's what you're going to see. Right. So you got the Fred Hammond, you got the Malcolm, you got the Martin. You know why? Because out of the 100 preachers that they was having meetings with, Martin was the best politiker.
Right.
Yeah, out of all the Muslims who had been down with Muhammad for all them years, you know the best politician? Malcolm. He was the best politiker. So we're going to put you in front of the camera because you know how to politic.
Right.
Right? And so we can't be afraid to politic.
Or learn.
Or learn it. I learned basic stuff, but the more that I stay in this and the more I do it, the more I learn and the more I separate myself from pure activism and just activism to revolutionary moves, because this is how we do this. We have to break these generational curses. Revolutionaries break generational curses.
That's facts.
Okay? And so since I can't tell you to go find out who your great grandmother is, it might not be important to you, but it's important to me because I'm a man. I got a name, and guess what? When you become a man, it's a different from a woman. We are both humans, but guess what? It's man and one man, still a man on there. And for that reason, I don't have that other part of my man. So for me to be a man, I have to be able to have everybody in my household call me daddy. They all got to have my last name. I got to have somebody that need me. I got to have somebody that need to be trained, that need that support, need to be protected. Because if I don't have that, I don't reach my ultimate maturity as a man. And so I'm not going to just be pure on activist. Why? Because I'm a father, I'm a brother, I'm a damn good man. So since I'd rather be that first, you put me as a revolutionary, because I'm not going to go out there and just fight for my people and never fight for my people, right? No. I'm not jumping out there into being in any leadership until my household is in order. To everybody care and love me like I love everybody else. I don't never want nobody to see me talking to my daughter's mother like she's not nothing. I don't want nobody to see her talking to me like I'm not nothing. And for that reason, I can't get out there and try to be an activist. But I can be a revolutionary when the time comes, because I didn't ask for them to shoot my brother. I didn't ask to be in here. I didn't ask to be on no damn podcast. Or none of that. But I had to. And I made that decision. And when I made that decision, it was a revolutionary decision. Right. And so it wasn't televised. I didn't know it. You don't know it. You might look up from 10 years today and see this and say, man, good. Look where we at. Right. Look where we at. God damn. Man, look where we at, you know? Right. And that's going to happen. That is going to happen. And if you don't believe, then you speak it in existence. But I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Yes. You get what I'm saying? So with all that being said, that's why I separate myself from just the regular, the norm, and the bunch. If you don't, you'll get caught up in the mix. Right. I can't afford to get caught up in the mix no more. I done did the mix. Right. So I had to create my own lane. Right. So when I go out and I'm hustling in the street with my books, I ain't worried about the weed man, the dope man, the girl with the lashes, the nigga with the clothes, the DJ, the niggas with CDs and DVDs or nothing, because they ain't selling what I'm selling. Right. So I ain't got to get into it with nobody. I ain't stepping on no toes. Can't nobody feel like they got to compete. What you going to compete with somebody you ain't even in the same lane with, right? And so
that right there,
that's what you got to do. You got to learn to kind of not avoid everything, because some things you got to run into head on. Right. But some things you can kind of like bypass by putting yourself in your own lane, in your own position.
Thank you.
So, you know, that's something for the younger audience and anybody, really anybody.
Anybody, but the younger ones, y'all need to learn now.
When you're young, you got a chance to kind of get it right and not have to redo it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, me, I can say for me, I had to redo it. I got out of prison when I was 27. So my time coming out of prison, I'm listening to the world. I went in prison when the first iPhone was made. So when I get out of prison, it was only Facebook. It was only MySpace when I went in, and it was Facebook and everything else when I got out. So when I got out, everybody was telling me, you too old to do this and do this. Before I went in, I was too young to do any damn thing.
Right, now it's like
so it's like I had to wait till I was 21 years old to drink, and y'all quit calling me a baby. But then when I get 27, I'm too old. I'm old, and I'm supposed to quit.
My God.
I gotta just go work a 9 to 5 and quit all my dreams and aspirations, everything I want to believe and
y'all can't make up y'all mind.
You can't make up your mind. So, and then I look up 5 years go by, and now you young if you're 40.
Yeah, see, oh my gosh,
I realized, and I hope y'all take this, that you cannot put yourself in everybody's shoes. No. You cannot base your life and your moves based off of all the stuff going on around you.
Stop watching people.
You got to organize in your stuff. Stop pocket watching. Yeah. Just because you see this man in a new car and his girl pretty and they riding around, you don't know what's waiting around the corner for them. Yeah. See, you got to understand that some people ain't even been through no drama, no problems like you had. See, I done had some extra hard shifts. Right. And I don't wish them on nobody. But the fact is, we all gotta have them.
Yes. And some of the stuff he done been through, I could not handle. And some of the stuff I've been through, he probably couldn't handle. That's why your problems, your mistakes, your failures are made for you. So stop watching what everybody else is doing and focus on your lane, okay? That makes it all better. What he said. Dang, he just gave y'all the whole podcast, like gave y'all all the keys. Whatever y'all need, just go rewatch it again. And he'll, give you the information. Like, dang, I don't even know what else to say, guys. He just took it away. What else do you want to say? Any other stories that you got for us?
Well, the only stories that I got, man, I'm putting in books. You know what I'm saying? You can catch me in traffic other than that. You know what I'm saying? Catch me on all my social media outlets, all that stuff. But I also move from city to city and state to state, helping organize and build campaigns for local activists who are trying to get involved and trying to get organized. I do public speaking engagements, and I also will hold panels for those organizers, small activists in those small towns who need that little niche to build so that they can win. I'm in the mode of winning. We just won a bill that we put up about 2 weeks ago, Bill 67. Nika was a part of that also. We got a bunch of activists and young people getting involved now, and this is all I wanted to see ever. Right? It never should be just one person. We are a body. We are a whole. Y'all learn this in church and then forget as soon as you leave. But you are a body. This is my sister, whether I know her, whether I've ate at her house, whether we've been out to have fun together, whether I met her family, anything. The initial response of brotherly love has to be just that. You have to have the regular common brotherly love and the humanitarian spirit for one another, right? And that's how you get out that white and black stuff. And so we needed to be pure, we needed to be genuine, because we are ready to fight, we are armed, we are prepared, we are ready to fight and take our land back. That's where it is for the black community in Austin. And I'm hoping that other communities are watching and they are prepared to take a stand and take back what is rightfully theirs also. And through this bill, this is one way to do it. We're going to get a public apology. We're going to get $500 million. We're going to get some real information put into a real black museum in Austin of local, history.
Real black museum.
Yeah. And so these are some of the things that we're going to get and we're fighting for. And I'm just grateful to be a part of it. But my number one thing is getting justice for Lawerence Parrish, man. He has not received justice. All 4 officers that shot my brother is still on the force, still working, still shooting more people. The officer that shot Mike Ramos and killed him has been charged with murder. We want to see the same thing for all 4 of the officers who shot my brother, and took him away from his family, destroyed our businesses, destroyed a lot of things that we had going on, and just left us crushed, man. And so we still looking for that justice. He has his own lawyers and things like that ready for that. So we're not asking for people to send us money and nothing like that. But we do need your support, man. We do need your support. Sharing the feed, sharing the podcast, letting other people know it's live or whatever, however you doing this, just get it out there.
Share.
Just put up, man, justice for Lawerence Parrish, man. 2021, we still screaming it.
Yes, all day, and he is alive and he is well. So keep praying for his family, that they grow and that they have abundance and they manifest everything that they need. Do you have any names for the books that you're going to be writing, or no?
I already wrote. I can't tell everybody.
Dang.
Can't tell them nothing else. They just gotta wait to get there. Keep up. For one, I'm not gonna keep telling y'all about all the new books until you get the first one. Get the first two books,
I'm finna get mine.
then we can talk about the rest.
Yeah, I'm finna get mine
You know
because
what I'm
I can't be behind. I'm already behind.
You got 526 pages.
See, that's a good book. You gotta do all of that. See, but it's probably a good story. So make sure that y'all go and grab his book, Music, Money, and Murder, on Amazon. And Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Kindles, and Amazon ebook.
Yes.
Make sure y'all go grab that. I'm going to put a picture of his Cash App. If you guys want to go Cash App him, he will send you a book, or you can just order it however you want to do it. You say you carry them with you?
Yep. Signature books available. I sell myself.
Yeah.
Sad thing is, a lot of black authors don't get promoted through Amazon and Barnes and Nobles. They usually only promote the white authors. I'm not saying that to say it like, you're still on that. But I'm just telling you how it is. And a lot of times when we come out with this type of information, is you get the impression we're looking for a handout. I want you to do something. No, we just want you to know that we're aware of it, and we're going to be on your ass.
We see you. This is Life Trap. We talking about real shit. We don't do none of that sugarcoating. We let it be what it is. So if you feel offended, we apologize that you're offended for whatever reason it is, but we're not trying to offend anybody. We're trying to bring everybody together so that we can, bring a better future, bigger future, not focus on the negativity. So keep all that over there with yourself. Okay. Make sure that you guys go follow his social media. All of that will be in the description below. Run it up, okay? Run it up. Share this video as much as you can. Justice for Lawerence Parrish. Is that right? Yes. Make sure y'all go follow him. I'm so thankful that he was here with us to share his story of all his jobs and all the things that he does. Make sure that you tell the younger generation, your younger nephew, cousin, whoever, watch his videos so that they may get some type of inspiration. Because I know some of y'all out there need it just a little bit because y'all slacking a lot. So that is my opinion. We are in April appreciation, so I appreciate you for coming.
Appreciate you too.
I thank you so much. Can you tell them, do you have your Instagram? Can you tell them your Instagram before we go?
KKMG Jinx D _moneybags.
It's going to be right here. Okay, so make sure that you guys go follow him. Did your brother have one?
Yeah.
Can you tell them your
Pickle
brother?
City. Just type in Pickle City, man. He's going to pop right up.
Okay, make sure you go follow him too and send him all your love. Thank you guys for supporting us, being here with us. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with everybody. Tell a friend, tell a friend. We are out this thing. Thank you so much. Peace.